Hey. Good afternoon, Facebook. It's been a very long time since I've been on. I am here just to share something that I thought about this morning. First, let me apologize for not being on for a while. I've learnt, even after taking time out to acquire new skills, I've learnt that I flow better live. So as I feel it, I say, and it comes out better. Saving it and analyzing it and writing it down and wanting to read from a script and present it well so that I could fit into the status quo isn't really working for me. So I'm just going to go with lives, and whoever it blesses and whoever it's for will receive it. And I will continue to learn and develop my skills along those areas. But I'm just going to go with this for now. So this morning, my daughter was sharing an experience with me. She was talking about being with her auntie and having to do a lap around the block where her auntie lives. And she was saying that she did it once and it's not for her and she's never going to do it. And I heard that and something just jumped in me to say, like, that just doesn't make sense, And I look at my life and I'm like, what have I been demonstrating to her? What have I been showing her? Not telling her, because I've learned, like, for children, you don't just tell them, you show them. And there have been times when I may have attempted something once and I stopped, or I just decided that in life I'm going to do this and this isn't for me. I don't do languages. I'm not going to learn a new language because it just doesn't flow easy for me. It's hard to do, or it's just not for me, so I just don't do that. And I've said these things and demonstrated these things. But the truth is, very few people, I'm not going to say no one, very few people get up and are amazing at a thing. Very few people get up and they just flow like, and even if they do, in order for them to be good or remain good or develop that good skill that they have, they need to practice it. Now we're in a generation and a time where we want to just take the easy route out, and we want to just do the things that are comfortable and easy and flows easy, and that's just the way we want to do it. But there's some things in life that if you decide you want to get better at it, if you decide that you want to do this, you're going to have to work. And I just reminded my daughter of when she started playing the keyboards, where she was at and where she is now. Practice is what brings results. You don't just get up and you're amazing at something. You're forever growing and developing and learning in it. So I really wanted to share this just to encourage people who are out there giving up on themselves, giving up on their dreams, giving up on the things that they have attempted to do because straight off the cuff, you just never got it. Straight off the cuff, it just never looked good on you. Straight off the cuff, you never flowed in it. So you're kind of like, yeah, maybe that's not for me. So I'm not going to really push that area of life. But I am just encouraging you that if you want something, if you say you're going to get that business right and God's grace is on it, and that's what you feel like He's saying to do in this season, go ahead. Learn the things you need to learn. Go back to school if you need to go back to school. Practice new habits. Write things down until they resonate in your spirit, till they become who you are. Say what you need to say. Declare what you need to declare. Affirm what you need to affirm in your own life. Practice it. Like, I exercise 5 days a week. And again, today someone stopped me and they're like, you're there every morning between 8 to 9 or 9 to 10. Like, why do you do it? How does it work? Whatever. And the fruitfulness of the discipline of exercise is greater to me than the pain. It's greater to me than the struggles. And I do come up against struggles, and I've shared that before on here. But right now I'm able to do 5 laps around the pond. And it's way easier than when I started. But if I hadn't continued, I wouldn't be here. I'm able to do press ups. I'm able to do loads more. That's just a small example of what the human mind, body, spirit, and soul can accomplish if dedicated. So after 8 to 9 months of doing this, there are things that I'm able to do that I weren't able to do at the start when they said to do these things. It was impossible. I'm like, I haven't got the muscle mass for it. I just have never done it. It's just what? But developing the desire to want to do it, making up my mind that, you know what, I'm going to get this. I'm going to work at it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to learn the things I need to learn. I'm going to develop body awareness. How does my body operate in this place? How does my mind operate in this place? What informs my decision? What past experiences have I had that would make me think, let's just let go of it instead of trying to push past it. What insecurities, what vulnerabilities, what weakness, what challenges have informed me as to how I'm going to operate in this area of life. And we need to sometimes just dig deep. We need to sometimes unearth the things that are informing us without us knowing, bring them to the consciousness, bring them to the forefront of our minds, the things that inform us, to shut the doors on things that could be our breakthrough, to shut the doors on things that could be the plans and the purpose that God has for us, because it's uncomfortable, because it wasn't easy to begin with, because you just never felt natural when you did it. You know, me and my bestie was talking about different ways of communicating and just learning all these new skills, the theory of them, and then putting them in practice. You just feel so uncomfortable putting them in practice when you're trying to protect other people or carry other people's hearts and be honorable to other people, and in your communication and in your relationship, just being honorable and having that culture in the way you relate to people. It doesn't come natural. I mean, I'm Caribbean. We just say what we think and whatever in it, because we're not being hypocrites or we're not playing fake. So we just say whatever we think, and that's the right way, and that's all we've ever done. But when you think on the things that God is saying, he said, like, whatever things are pure and just and true are the things that we're supposed to be thinking on. Why would I share something with you that's not going to be fruitful? It's not going to yield a result. This is not where I was going with this, but it's not going to yield a positive result. Why am I saying it? And is it me projecting? Is it coming out of my own insecurity? Is it coming out of my own self-doubt and my lack of identity and my self-worth? Is it coming out of my stuff and I'm projecting it, vomiting onto you rather than dealing with my own stuff? Why do you need my opinion? Is it even relevant? Like, why do I feel like everything I think I need to share? And I'm going back to the fact that you're creating new habits. There are things that you've always done, and if you continue doing what you always do, you will get the results you always get. And if that's the result you want, then that's up to you. But my encouragement is challenge the way you think. Challenge the things that make you not try a thing, not try to become better in communicating, not try to learn why you feel the way you feel, not try to understand that when someone does something and you respond in a certain way, it's because of your own stuff more than it is because of them. People are always going to be whoever they're going to be, but how you choose to respond to that is all based upon you, what's inside of you, because from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So I'm sharing this to say, let's challenge ourselves to be better. Let's challenge ourselves to not quit on ourselves, because we've got to develop new practices, new habits, new patterns, new cycles, fruitful ones that yield results. And as we demonstrate that in our lives, as we make a conscious effort to practice these things that seem so unnatural and seem like so much effort, well, as we make an effort to do that, we are examples not just to ourselves but to other people. Let's not give up on ourselves. Let's not give up on our self-development and our self-growth. We are created to become better. Yes, we're created to change. We're created to evolve. We're created to go into that cocoon of life and get different stuff in there and struggle to come out. Like the push and the pull, that is a whole different process. But the push and the pull of the things that we've learned versus the things that we've always known, the nature, the nurture, we're making a conscious decision to change the way we do life, the way we do communication, the way we face obstacles and hurdles and things that don't come naturally to us. We're now in a place where we're able to grow and develop. So as my daughter challenged me this morning with her viewpoint, which I believe that is something that I may have displayed, we don't give up when things seems hard. We don't say we're going to not do that because it's not for me. If it's something that's going to get you to where God wants to take you, if it's something that's going to get you to the business, the relationship, the personal development, better communication skills, just develop you as a person. Let's push, let's pursue, let's not give up, let's learn these things, let's acquire the things needed, implement them in our life, practice them to become better. We're growing. And I didn't work this hard and go through all the stuff I went through to remain the same. And I say the same thing for you. You didn't go around the mountain, you didn't go through the valley, you didn't go through the drought, you didn't go through the mourning and the grief and the struggle to remain the same person that went into that thing. So you need to, if you come out and you still feel like you want to fall back into your habits or of the things you've always done and always seen your parents and always seen your peers done, the people around you do. You need to go back and be like, what have I learned from this journey? What can I implement? What changes can I make? And as you're on that journey, be gracious to yourself. It's not going to be a one night thing. You know, they said 30 days for a new habit to be created. But I'm saying be gracious to yourself. The most important thing is not to quit, not to give up on yourself. If you're learning something new, dedicate yourself and your time to learning something new. Anything that doesn't feed into that new development, anything that doesn't give life to the thing that you're trying to give life to in your life, shut it down. You don't have to make space for things that ain't nurturing and taking you to where you want to go. If it's not adding value to where you want to go, it's okay to say no to it. And I'm learning that myself because I'm a people person. I love being around people. I love socializing. I love people. But if that relationship, if that time you spend in that circle, if that time you spend on that phone call, if that message that you're constantly going back and forth, if it doesn't add life and give life to that which you're called to do, just shut it down. So I'm just encouraging you to know that it's a time and a season to grow and to develop. And as you grow, it's going to be uncomfortable. As you learn new things, it's not going to come natural. You're going to fall. It's going to look stupid. Like, I'm learning how to play the piano, but I don't know it. So you're not going to flow like the other people who are flowing because they've been there for years. And this is the thing. We see so many people like... We see them at the end. There are many people that I'm like, Lord, I'm just not like them, so I can't do what you're calling me to do. And he's not calling me to be like them. They may be flowing in the same field as I'm flowing in, but the work they had to put in, the things they had to do to get to where they are, listen to the testimonies and stop being hard on yourself because you're going through the process. And yes, you might get a quantum leap. Yes, God might move you up quicker than anyone else or than anyone else that you know. But the fact is you've got to be able to say it's a process. It is necessary. So I'm encouraging you to don't negate the process. Take the little steps. Don't give up on yourself because it's hard. Don't give up on yourself because you didn't get it right the first time. If you see God in this, if this is what God is telling you that you need to do in this season, do it. Push through, persevere, learn the new thing, challenge yourself, practice, affirm, reaffirm, declare over yourself the things you want to now become your new habit, the way you do life, the way you communicate, the way you relate to other people, whatever it is, whatever area you're trying to develop yourself in, focus on that. Don't give up on yourself and know that when you get that new skill, when you actually have it and it flows, it's going to reap fruit because it's something that God has given you, something that God has pulled on you with. He's saying, learn this, do this, grow in this area. And at the end of that, you're bound to reap. You're bound to reap a great harvest if you're faithful to that which God has called you to be faithful to. So I'm blessing you guys as you continue to learn, as you continue to grow, as you continue to develop and not give up on yourself in the process. God bless you. Have a fantastic day.